Many folks in my own neighborhood, they're working second jobs now because they can't afford the cost of sending their kids back to school. Maybe they need a new pair of cleats for their kids. Whatever it is, they're working second jobs. We have this student loan transference. It's not debt forgiveness. It's transferring student loan debt to hardworking Iowans and Americans, folks like my brother, who is a union laborer. He did not go to college. He went straight into the workforce. Now he's being told he will pay for the student loans of some dude that just got a six-figure job working on Wall Street. How is that fair, folks? How is that fair? Iowans are really ticked off about this. And you can tell I'm ticked off. My sister worked her way through community college. I was fortunate enough to get scholarships to go to school. But where is the responsibility out there? You sign your name on the line, you need to pay it back. That's how Iowans feel. Don't put it on my sister's back. Don't put it on my brother's back. Okay? So let's go back to the drawing board. Let's make sure we're talking about things we need to do to reduce inflation, to get fuel prices down, to make sure that Iowans can afford the cost of heating their home this fall and winter. Let's get back to the basics here in the United States and do what we're supposed to do. Let's stop all the shenanigans right here in Congress and make sure we're taking care of our citizens.
As I traveled across Florida during the recess, what a lot of people talked about was inflation. You have people going to food banks. They're delaying their retirement. They're coming out of retirement. They're taking second jobs. And if you look at, actually look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics information, we're not creating a lot of new full-time jobs. We're creating part-time jobs. That's what's going on around this country. So the latest is they're mad about this student loan bailout. So what we did was we take somebody like in our state, a construction worker. We have a lot of construction workers in our state building homes and things, and they're going to pay off the debt for some young person that just finished school, maybe went to an Ivy League school and got a job on Wall Street. Nobody thinks that's fair. By the way, it's not money we have. It's money, it's just new debt of the federal government. That's exactly what it is. So let's look at what the number is. It's up to $1 trillion. How in the world does a president have the right to just on their own increase the debt of this country by $1 trillion? We already had $30 trillion worth of debt. So I think it's important that we figure out how to get a vote on this and stop this. This is wrong. It's unfair to people all across the state. My state it's unfair to people all across the country. I think it's important we get a vote on that. We got to start our higher education institutions need to be held accountable for their tuition increases and their kids not getting jobs. This is completely unfair to people like the construction workers in my state that didn't go to college. They're working hard. Some of them even have 2 jobs, but now they're paying for somebody who went to an Ivy League school to get a job on Wall Street.
Leader McConnell.
Senator McConnell.
Leader McConnell. Does a clean CR in your mind mean no money for Ukraine? And are you concerned about getting Ukraine money in either the CR or the omnibus because it might be harder to pass some of that money next year?
Well, I think the cleaner the CR, the better. Ukraine is obviously a priority for most of us on both sides of the aisle. We'll have to see what they're requesting and how much of it is actually designed to help Ukraine wage the war. These are the discussions that are going on right now with Senator Shelby and his team and Senator Leahy and his team. But overall, the cleaner, the better.
Leader McConnell. Leader McConnell, would you support Donald Trump helping Republicans more financially in the midterms? And also, what is the Republican plan to make up for the cash crunch of the NRSC?
Well, what I think I can safely say is all 50 members of the Senate on my side of the aisle are doing everything they can to find a way to help get to 51. And that's exactly what the other side's doing. And once we finish up our work here this month, we'll all be in full campaign mode.
Leader McConnell.
Thank you so much. Switching to Iran, White House today said there's still gaps when it comes to signing the nuclear deal between the Islamic Republic some members of your party traveled, including Senator Lindsey Graham, to Jerusalem lately and said they're opposed to the nuclear deal. When it comes to Iran nuclear deal, has your position changed? And do you think if the Republicans win the midterm, they would have more leverage to resist the nuclear deal, signing a nuclear deal with Iran?
Well, it appears as if this administration, like the Obama administration, is going to take the view that they can do an executive decision, an executive agreement with the Iranians by themselves. It's not a treaty. We objected to their going forward the last time without a treaty, which clearly applies to this situation. They may try to do that again, which minimizes our ability to impact what has all the earmarks of another bad deal.
As a member of the Gang of Eight, do you want a briefing from the Department of Justice or other intelligence agencies about what documents were seized at Mar-a-Lago? And do you have any concerns about the FBI raid of Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, I've not, having just gotten back, I've not personally talked to any of the other Gang of Eight about this. I think Senator Rubio's addressed that issue, so maybe you ought to ask him.
Do you think it's appropriate the way that the former president was storing those top secret and classified documents at his private estate at Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, I don't really have any comments on this whole investigation that's been dominating the news for the last month. I think we're following it like all of you are.
Those are classified documents, Mr. Leader. I mean, that's important. You don't have any comment on that?